Good afternoon all, once again. We are all distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I acknowledge everybody. Talking on energy and IPP, the legal framework for revenue generation. Management of energy in our country, which includes planning and operation of energy production, energy distribution, storage and consumption, before now was sole responsibility of the federal government. Today, with the amendment of the Constitution, we now have participation of the state governments, private companies in the energy sector, and this is through the IPP, independent power producers, which are privately owned. They own their plants, and IPP operates outside of the traditional utility grid, owned and maintained and regulated by public utilities. Now, the advantages of independent power producers in energy sector include cost efficiency, which lead to potential cost savings, flexibility, and in area of project design and implementation, adapting to advanced energy needs. Of course, sustainable solutions, which is one of the advantages of IPP in contributing to energy sector and the energy practice, promoting a cleaner and greener environment. The involvement of IPP in the power sector, which is capital intensive, is by public-private partnership. Public-private partnership is an arrangement between governments or government-owned entity and on one side and the private sector entity on the other for the provision of public assets or public services such as power through investment undertaken by the private sector. The four types of PPP projects known are build, operate, transfer, BOT. Build, own, operate, transfer, BOT. Build, transfer, operate, BTO. And of course, build, own, and operate, BOO. These PPP are described with respect to the legal ownership of the project. Now, the legal framework for public-private partnership in Lagos State, either in energy sector or in any other sector, is governed by two legislations: the Lagos State Public-Private Partnership Law, and of course, the Lagos State Public Procurement Law. And of course, we have regulation issued by government governing PPP process. These laws and regulations set out the requirements for competition, private sector participation in all public procurement, and also specify the necessary approval required for PPP procurement. The above legislation are to provide for the public authorities with power to enter into agreement for the implementation of privately financed infrastructure and project, and to construct public service function a private company. We have regulations and licensing of public service operators and ensure that operations are transparent, timely, and effective. For time, I will go for an effective dispute resolution process which can operate independently and in a timely manner to provide alternative procedure for resolution of dispute such as arbitration and mediation. The proposed institutional and financial framework for PPP is consistent with the corresponding legislation proposed or enacted in Lagos State. Lagos State government, under the leadership of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, offers a unique blend of opportunities, infrastructures, and policy that create an enabling environment for investment which attracts more revenue to the state. The state government has implemented various reforms aimed at creating a business-friendly environment, skilled workforce, and infrastructure development, including the rail and the blue rail lines, to aid in public transport system. Overall, Lagos State enabling environment for investment is characterized by diverse investment opportunity, strategic location, and investment and incentive such as tax breaks. For revenue, the age-long position is that no government can function without revenue, and the source of government revenue is mainly taxation, rates, and fees. The more PPP we have in the energy sector, the more creation of avenue for revenue to the state. The Lagos State Revenue Administration Law provides policies and guidelines for taxation and revenue generation in the state. Rightly, if you refer to Section 9 of the law, it empowers LRS to collect all revenue, including levies, penalties, due to the state government under any relevant federal or state law. The revenue generation is also identified under the law, which is for the state, including levies and fees. Some of these taxes are personal income tax of residents in Lagos State, withholding tax from individual, stamp duty on transaction between individuals. The administration aspect of it, the law empowers the LRS to administer any law on taxation in respect of which the House of Assembly or the National Assembly may confer power on the service, that is the Lagos Inland Revenue Service. These are other various laws. Now, there is also Public Finance Management Law, which provides for the framework for the management of public finance in Lagos State. The law deals with the opening of bank accounts and MBAs, cash management and investment framework, management and development fund, deposit and withholding, withdrawal from consolidated revenue fund, as well as use of fund in emergency situation. There are provisions in that law, Section 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12. The law provides substantially for this. Now, the legal framework for revenue generation in Lagos State is dynamic in all sectors, being in energy, being PPP and IPP. They're so essential, and the state has continued to grow it. The Office of the Attorney General remains committed to ensuring the effective enforcement of these laws, safeguarding the state's right to collect revenue and fund, which is for critical infrastructure and services. Continued innovation and public engagement will ensure that Lagos remains a model for legal and regulatory excellence in revenue generation. Therefore, this summit has come at a time when investors must take advantage of the opportunity that has been created by the administration of Mr. Governor Olusola Sanwo-Olu, as Lagos remains the economic hub of Nigeria and that of the Sub-Sahara in Africa. I say, with the energy, PPP will also in more revenue for the state. And I thank you for your attention.